You are taking a live look at Capitol Hill this morning. Congressional leaders are still mulling over a new stimulus package.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer will meet with White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin for the 7th time today. They say they'll try to make a deal by the end of the week. Tomorrow.
Indeed. And joining us right now via Zoom is Alabama Senator Doug Jones. Senator Jones, welcome back. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
We understand the main sticking point in that plan is over the expired enhanced unemployment benefits. What number do you expect it to land on? $200, $600 per week, somewhere in between?
I think it'd be probably closer to somewhere in between and probably closer to the $600 figure. But I will tell you, that's one of many sticking points. I mean, I want to go back to where we got to this point. We're at this deadline now. But, you know, the House of Representatives passed a bill 2 months ago that was a framework. It was not a perfect bill by any means. It wouldn't have passed the Senate. I wouldn't have voted for it maybe. But the fact is, it was a framework to start working. Here we are, schools opening, and we've not got money to kids going back to school, to the school systems to make the system safe and healthy. And it's, you know, we're at this last minute because Senator McConnell stayed away from trying to talk about this until just last week. So the unemployment is a sticking point, but it is one of many sticking points, including money for state and local governments.
It seems like both sides, Senator Jones, are in agreement, though, over a second stimulus payment of up to $1,200.
That's true, but it needs to be part of a bigger package. We need to be able to come to the Senate floor, just like we did in March, with one package and have a bipartisan vote. The biggest problem right now is that, again, you can't do this under these deadlines like this. We should have been doing this a long time ago. We can have a package. We're going to get there. I mean, there's no question in my mind that we're going to get there, but it just takes some time to work through what amounts to be $1 to $2 trillion at least of federal monies. That is not something you can do in a matter of a few days, the way Senator McConnell has tried to do this. And the administration, they wouldn't talk to anybody either until just last week.
Yeah, there are some other benefits still on the table, as you know, including that employee retention tax break, payroll protection plan, the PPP. Right. How likely are those to be included in that plan this go round?
I think something will have to be included. I think that, you know, the House package included something like that. The payroll protection plan needs to be augmented. I think what we really are looking at is a system whereby we have what I call the Paycheck Security Program, which is something that I proposed about 6 weeks ago, that will use the income tax system and get income tax credits and use that payroll tax to be able to get tax credits to keep people on the payroll. I think that's the quickest way to do this. You don't have to go through the loan process. It's immediate tax credits that you don't have to pay back. And I think that something along those lines should be able to get into this package.
We've got the election season just around the corner, really. We understand whatever's agreed upon is expected to last through the election season and through the end of the year. Is that correct?
Well, we hope so. But, you know, when we came back in March, we didn't think we would be in this position right now. We thought we would be doing our regular appropriations. Remember, people call this, what we've done so far, stimulus, but it has not been stimulus. This has been survival. This has been trying to stabilize the economy to save lives and livelihoods. So I hope we will be able to get into regular appropriations. But we don't know where this virus controls what happens in our schools and what happens in our economy. And we've got to get this virus under control in order to make sure that we open the economy safely, we open our schools safely.
We've got about 40 seconds left, Senator. Speaking of schools opening, we know that you met with school leaders and parents as rates of positive cases continue. We are also trying to reduce the spread, obviously, especially children potentially bringing the virus home from schools. So should schools be reopened? Should there be virtual only? What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, look, I think every school system has to make some of these decisions for themselves. But that's what we in Congress are trying to do, to give as much opportunities for local officials to make the decision. The problem we've got right now is we should have passed bills about 2 months ago to get money to schools. My bill to reopen schools safely has been on the table since early July. It would have had grants to get money to schools before they start opening to have a safe learning environment, a virtual learning environment. We didn't do that. And here they are now trying to do the best they can with the lack of resources, trying to get sports, trying to do those things. The key is getting school open safely to make sure that folks can have a good learning environment. If that means delay, if it means virtual, parents are concerned, teachers are concerned, we just need to get the resources to these school systems so they can apply them appropriately.
In the meantime, very busy few hours for you folks up there in Washington trying to come up with an agreement on that stimulus package. We appreciate you, Alabama Senator Doug Jones, for joining us bright and early this morning.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Senator. Time now is 6:41 on your Thursday morning.